that he set up. But we out here because we terrified. Hey, we have been fully persuaded, thoroughly manifested to the judgment of the Lord. So we know that coming out here is what pleases the Most High and keeps him from pouring that wrath upon us, man. That's what it's about. That was it on that. Go ahead. We're going to get the quick ones. We finna get ready to take it home, bro.
It's the 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved, it shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed.
That's the recipe to escaping these times that's coming on the earth. Right? Faith and works. You gotta have both, man. Okay, go ahead.
Shall be preserved from the said perils. It shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
There it is. There it is, because ultimately the final judgment is going to be thermonuclear missiles.
That's right.
Destroying America from off the face of the planet. We're going to be saved via the chariots. Right? The so-called UFOs, the so-called UAPs, which is now no longer a conspiracy theory, right? Which we've been knowing. Yep. But now they tell you straight up, look you right in the eye, oh yeah, they're real. Yeah. But what they don't know and what they fear is what's in them.
Yeah. Hey, Esau try to be crafty with his wordplay when he talk about the chariots too. Because I saw what's his name, Elon Musk. He was saying they're not aliens. Okay, all right, but what's in them? You know, there's something in there. He just, you know, it's not aliens.
Right.
Hey, we understand those are the angels, man.
Hey,
and Esau know it too, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
What he gonna soon come to find out is that if you take the aliens for what it means, you can say they aliens. They're not from this world. You know, because the Lord said, "I'm from above, you are from beneath. You are this world, I am not of this world." You know, so the Lord coming with power that has never been displayed on this earth.
Right.
The demonstration of power, like you talk about, what's that in Acts, right? The prophecies that we're speaking on, the Lord is going to come and put on a demonstration.
Right. This is the book of Psalms 68 and 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels.
The chariots of the Most High are what?
20,000, even thousands of angels.
Yep.
The Lord is among them. It's
Yep.
in Sinai in the holy place.
Yep. Hey, go ahead, brothers.
This
We're
is-
gonna wrap it up too. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 16. I start at 27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his work. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
There you go. There you go. Yep. Because, you know, some of us are going to die, but some of us not. You know? But even those that die on this side, as long as they kept the faith and stayed faithful unto death, they're going to be raised up first with the Lord on those chariots. Okay? The scriptures say that the dead shall be raised up first, man. All right? Go ahead with that Jeremiah 30. Pick up in verse 8.
This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck.
Right, meaning the wicked, man. All right, this beast. Go ahead. Because he the one got us in captivity. Right? The so-called self-proclaimed white man. Right? Go ahead.
and will burst thy bonds.
Yep.
And strangers shall no more serve themselves of him.
Right.
It says, but they shall serve the Lord their power.
Which we were strangers, serving this so-called white man and his sister. Right? But we ain't serving him no more. All right? Go ahead.
But they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them.
Hey, King David gonna be raised back up unto us, man. Okay? Because he died faithful in the works. All right? Go ahead.
Therefore fear not, O my servant Jacob,
Yep.
saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel.
Yep.
For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity.
The Lord said he gonna save us from afar. Right? Go real quick to Isaiah 11 and 10. You stay there, Al. Real quick to Isaiah 11 and 10.
This is Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 10, and it reads, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, to it shall the Gentiles seek.
Right, that root of Jesse is talking about whom the world even knows as Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
And his rest shall be glorious. Verse 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
There it is.
Quick question about verse 10. It talks about Gentiles where they shall seek.
We'll read it again.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to let you formulate your question. When you get your question, stop us. Go ahead. Start at 10.
This is Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 10. And it reads, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people.
Now that's talking about who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ. That ensign is talking about Yahushua. Go ahead.
To it shall the Gentiles seek.
To it shall the Gentiles seek. Right?
Who are these Gentiles?
Who are these Gentiles, right? Alright. Now pay attention, because this is about to name who these Gentiles are. Right? Give me the book of Acts. Go ahead. Now you know what I want.
And his rest shall be glorious.
And his rest shall be glorious, meaning the rest of the Lord, right? It's going to be glorious. Go ahead.
Verse 11.
Now it's going to get into who these Gentiles are. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
To recover the remnant of his people. Go ahead.
Which shall be left from Assyria.
So he's going to have people in Assyria. Go ahead.
And from Egypt.
He's going to have people in Egypt. Go ahead.
And from Pathros.
Pathros. Come on.
And from Cush.
Cush. Come on.
And from Elam.
Elam.
And from Shinar.
From Shinar.
And from Hamath.
And from Hamath.
And from the islands of the sea.
And from the islands of the sea. Now you was paying attention earlier, right? We went into Matthew the 15th chapter. It said it was a woman of Canaan. Was she a Canaanite? Keep going.
In verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Right there, emphasize. He shall do what?
He shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
He shall assemble the outcast of Israel. Meaning what? They were casted out of their land and scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Right? Go ahead.
and gathered together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
The dispersed of his people from the four corners of the earth. They in these other lands, amongst these other people, thinking that they're Edomites, thinking that they're Egyptians, thinking that they're Chinese, taking on them customs, but they really Israelites. And when they hear this word, they're going to be gathered back to the Lord, because he's already bestowed that spirit in them of faith to understand that, hey, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is who I'm supposed to, this is the voice that I'm supposed to follow. As the scriptures say, my sheep hear my voice, right? Give me that in Acts, Op. They say the same thing in the book of Acts. You got it?
Let me get straight to the point or what?
Yeah.
This Acts 2,
Get straight to it without taking away from it.
Acts 2 and 7. 6. Now when this was Noah's abroad,
Start at 5.
Acts 2 and 5, and they were dwelling in Jerusalem.
Here we
Jews,
go. There was dwelling in Jerusalem Jews,
Devout men
devout men,
out of every nation under heaven.
out of every nation under heaven. You get it now? So these nations even spoke the languages of these other people. You see what I'm saying? That's why in this very chapter, the Lord gave the apostles, well, they were disciples and they were becoming apostles, right? The spirit to understand these different tongues. That's happened in this very chapter. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Now when this was Noah's abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another.
So when the disciples, which became apostles, were speaking, all of these nations heard them speak in their language. Give me Psalms the 19th chapter. Real quick. Start at 1, read through 4, real quick.
This Psalms 19 verse 1. And the heavens declared the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Right, which that's speaking in this time is talking about the internet. The firmament is dealing with the satellites up in the heavens, which we are able to record this word via the internet and publish it on YouTube, and it can be heard all around the world in different languages.
That ties in with knowledge shall increase again with internet.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Psalms 19 verse 4. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them have he set a tabernacle for the sun.
Yeah, it said that line has gone out where?
Has gone out through all the earth.
Through all the earth. So that's this word going out through all the earth, right? Go ahead. Now you go back.
Like in Acts 2 and 7. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born? Verse 9. Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers in Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia, yep.
And in Judea and Cappadocia.
Yep.
And Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia and Egypt and the parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Greeks and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our own, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of the Most High.
That was it? That's what you wanted? That's it. See, you hear all those nations that it said, they heard the word. That's it, man. Because they were Israelites. At the end of the day, this word is, huh? Naturally born Israelites.
It's like the Christian, they don't think they're confused. That's why I brought up or asked the question about verse 10, because they'll try to insert themselves with that Gentile right there.
Yeah, supersessionism.
Okay,
That's what it's called, supersessionism.
Come on, John 7:35.
Yeah, you got John 7:35 for you.
This is John 7 and 35. It say, Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles.
Read it in the other translation.
NIV.
Because they was talking about Yahweh Shai, saying, where is it that he gonna go that we cannot go? And he was speaking of his crucifixion, right? But they contemplating within their minds said, will he go to the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles while people are dispersed amongst the Gentiles? We're going to read it in this other translation for you.
7:35.
NIV.
This is John 7:35 in the NIV. It said, the Jews said to one another, where does this man intend to go that we cannot find him? Will he go where our people live, scatter among the Greeks, and teach the Greeks?
Where he go, see, that cuts that there's neither Jew or Greek mess that they teach, right? Because in this time when the Lord was on the scene, it was the Greco-Roman Empire. It was the Roman Empire, which they spoke Greek and Latin, right? So you had Apostle Paul spoke Greek, right? That's why he was an apostle to the Gentiles, because most of our people were caught up in those Greek philosophies, right? Now this was prophesied, Ezekiel 28:25. Thus saith the Lord power, when I shall gather the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
Jeremiah 31:10. Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the hours of far off, and say, he that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doing his flock.
That's it. So us being scattered was prophesied to happen because we went off as a people, disobeyed the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. So he let us wander off and deal with these other nations and their gods. And we got separated from him age after age after age. Whoever was in rule, whoever was the dominant power in the earth at the time, we went behind the ways that they pushed out there. But now he's in the time of calling us back. Go ahead, bro.
This is Tobit 13:3. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us among them. Dare declare his greatness and extol him before all the living. For he is our Lord, he is our power, our Father forever. And he will scourge us for our iniquity, and will have mercy again, and will gather us out of all nations, among whom he hath scattered us.
Cut. And with that, sorry, that's it, man. But we done drove that point. Get yours, y'all know you got one more. Let's get Daniel. It's stung you.
Hell nah, but he been crawling up on me. He was up
I
on
don't
my
think them
dick.
sting. Give me Daniel 12 chapter. I don't think them like that sting. Give me Daniel 12 chapter.
It's on my dick.
Start at 1. They should have got him off.
Daniel 12 and 1. Yeah.
This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince.
So after this word has run its course, because he's gathering us through the word. So after this word has run its course, and the seed has been planted in the Lord's elect out of the nation of Israel, the famine of the word gonna come. When the famine of the word come, all hell gonna break loose on earth like it has never happened before. A time like no other that we read about in Jeremiah 30:7. Go ahead.
Which standeth for the children of the people.
And that's when them angels gonna be at our protection out there on our guard, right? Because the men of the Lord have angels encamping around them. It's angels around us now, you know. And the chief archangel under Yahweh Shai is Michael, because things are going to get so bad, right? You're gonna have to. The Lord gonna bring out the chief angels to protect us, man. Go ahead.
And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was seen, there was a nation. Even to that same time, at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
That's it. That's it. Go back to Jeremiah 30 and stop at 11. And then brother get Revelation 12, 9 and 10, and we can close.
Alright, this is, I'm going to start over on verse 10.
Okay.
Jeremiah 30 and 10. It says, therefore fear not, O my servant Jacob,
There
said
it is.
the Lord.
There it is. We ain't got nothing to fear as long as we keep doing what? The whole duty that the whole duty of men. Right? Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
We're going to be at rest, and none going to make us afraid. Because we're going to be under the shadow of my favorite, Psalms 91. All right? We're going to be under the shadow of the Almighty. We're going to be under His wings, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, for I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. But I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
That's 11.
Yeah, can I go a little more? That was a little bit.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it say, verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines.
Yeah, because that's why when judgment comes down on us at the hands of the so-called white man, it's slack. Like they had a way with us. Like Jake get overkill.
Yep.
And they get a vacation. What the dude named got shot 60 times? All 8 of them officers got suspended with pay.
Look at the chick over in Russia, man, Brittany.
Yeah.
She got a little weed pen, man. Got 9 years. Man.
Oh, fuck her. She a mo.
Hey, well, it is what it is, but she still Jake though.
She a mo. Yeah, she is Jake. But she getting what she deserved. A mo ass. But hey, what the scriptures say, whoever perishes being innocent. Right, bro. But I just have a disdain for moles. I don't even like using them for no example of she right where she need to be. Keep her ass over there with her man looking ass. Okay, come on. Revelation 12, we'll take it home.
All right, Zechariah 8 and 13. And it shall come to pass that as ye were cursed among the heathen, O house of Judah and O house of Israel, so will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing.
So shall I save you, Judah and Israel. Go ahead.
So will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong.
That's it. Meaning keeping your hands to the plow, staying in His word, you know, lifting up hands, praising the Most High. That's where our power's at, man. You know?
Yeah, that's another cut. Cursed among the heathen.
Yeah.
All right, who got the Revelations?
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9, and it reads, and that great dragon was cast out.
That's the heathens we living under now, right? The Roman Empire. Go ahead.
That old serpent called the devil.
That old serpent, going all the way back to the beginning, the same seed. His seed, I believe it was Elder Yashawan said that serpent grew into a full-blown dragon. You know, that means he's in the fullness of his power, right? Go ahead.
and Satan which deceiveth the whole world.
And Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, word Satan meaning adversary, okay, was the physical counterpart of Satan is Esau Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. Go ahead.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Yep.
Verse 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation.
Now is come salvation. So salvation can't come until somebody be cast out of the earth. Because the kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth.
That's right.
So we can't get that eternal rest, the rest of the Lord, the kingdom of heaven, unless these wicked Satanists be taken out of the earth.
Right.
Go ahead.
Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Mashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
Going back to Esau Edom. Was he not rightfully called Jacob?
Yeah.
You know? That's all he do. He blame us for everything, man. We the problem. But he don't never want to deal with the source. He always deal on a lower level. You the one selling drugs on the corners. You the one robbing. You the one. You're the one. Who the ones gang banging? You gang bangers. You set all that shit up.
Man. Hey, if I may add, me and the brother just went into that. It's a PDF file called the New Jim Crow, and it was going into emphasizing how 3/4 of young black men are incarcerated, yet more so-called white people are the ones selling drugs, but we are incarcerated
We
more.
victim of it.
That shit crazy.
Because they the lords. When you really deal with it, whenever you watch them movies, right, Jacob be the big dog on a city level, but on a global level, it always be an Edomite.
Yeah.
Like Snowfall?
Snowfall.
Man, come on, the CIA. They telling you what they doing in the shows. All right? But we telling you how this show gonna end.
That's right.
So with that, we gonna turn. After the prison bus move on. We're gonna turn towards the music. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to your own. Alright, double honor to the apostle, another great meal song. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Quorum Yasharella. Y'all about Shema Shabbat Thumb. Shalom.
Shalom.